The first part of the film tells about a girl named Claire. After the death of her father, the owner of the hotel business, Claire stays with her stepmother, who inherited her father's entire business. The girl goes for a run in the early morning, where she falls into the hands of a kidnapper. The criminal pushes the girl into the trunk and takes off driving along a forest road. The kidnapper tries to avoid a boar that suddenly jumped out onto the road and crashes into a tree, thanks to which Claire manages to get out of the trunk. The girl rushes through the forest, but at some point, realizing where to run next, Claire stops and the girl is caught up by her abductor, but she asks Claire to close her eyes with a gun. Everything happens very quickly. After that, a shot sounds. Claire wakes up. A man enters the room at breakfast. According to Pierre, he was going to hunt wild boars in the forest. Instead, he shot the woman. He believes that Claire most likely did something because no one was going to end it for nothing. The girl offers to call the police, but she goes to jail again. He has no desire. After leaving the room, Pierre returns with clothes instead of the ones that Claire was wearing so far. The girl was passed out. Pierre and her husband washed their clothes, and Claire looks around the house, meeting another man, a cellist named Vincent. Listening to the music that the cellist is playing, the girl falls asleep, but she is picked up by Francois, Pierre's twin brother. They differ only in that Francois stutters a lot. Unlike her brother, Pierre asks the girl to leave the house, since those who are going to kill her will most likely be looking for Claire, and sooner or later they will get there before that. At home, and the guy has no desire to meet them. The girl tries to persuade Pierrot to stay here. Otherwise, why would he save her if now he's kicking Pierre out? He understands that this is illogical, but then he shouts at Claire, for which he gets from the girl. Pierre grabs her but then lets her go. Upon returning, the guy kisses the girl, which does not go through Claire at all. In the morning, Clay meets Vincent with his dog Gemini at the sawmill, and the girl does not want to stay in the house. That's why she asks for a veterinarian with a cellist. On the way back, Vincent suggests that the girl stop at a diner. There, Claire tells her that she was fond of Kripke as a child, but after the accident in which her mother died, the girl left. Upon returning home, Vincent gives the girl a violin, sincerely believing that music should not be stopped. At this moment, Pierre appears. He is unhappy that Claire went with Vincent, since now, a whole town already knows that a girl lives in their house, which means the chances that they will only find her when they rise in the morning. Looking out of the window of her room, Claire notices Pierre prickly firewood approaching her. Per starts kissing the girl, after which they have a cupcake late at night. Lying in her bed, Claire hears the sound of the TV. The girl goes down and sits down on the sofa next to Pierre, starting to stroke his leg with his foot. After the cupcake, the guy stammers that he is very thirsty, which makes Claire realize that it was not Pierre at all, but his twin brother Francois. He understands that he shouldn't have done this, but he just couldn't resist, which makes the girl smile the next day, not wanting to sit on her neck. And it's not just the twins who have Claire get a job at a local diner. The girl returns home and tries to call her stepmother, but as soon as she says her name, the second one immediately hangs up on the other end. Part of the film takes us back exactly a week before these events. Claire's stepmother named Moth watches from the window as her lover named Bernard helps pick up the towel that Claire dropped when the man goes up to Maud's room. The woman suggests that they no longer hide their connection from others because her husband is no longer alive, that they need to take a break in the relationship since their feelings have faded a little so that it doesn't get any worse. Bernard agrees, and when Maud leaves, he calls Clara, confesses his love to the girl, which Maud hears lurking in the next room. The woman agrees to put up with. About Claire's elimination, some time later, the couple is having lunch at a restaurant. Bernard wonders where Claire has gone. He hasn't seen her for several days. Moth calms him down and explains that this is not the first time the girl has disappeared for several days before. At this moment, a call arrives on the woman's phone. It's Claire. Maud immediately turns off the phone. In the diner where Claire got a job, all visitors pay attention to the girl. Locals a librarian named Charles with whom Claire met Vincent when she went to the vet and brought her son back. Claiming to meet a girl, and Sam himself, the veterinarian, does not lag behind the rest, giving Claire signs of attention. He invites the girl to go to a club in the evening where Claire begins to pester some guy. Sam cannot stand up for the girl, but Kleiman does it, turning on the molestation with one blow. He did it to impress you on the way home. Claire says that she thought Sam is strong and he turned out to be vulnerable, but she even likes it. Turning to the side of the road, The veterinarian stops the car and asks the girl to repeat these words again. Claire says that Sam tells her she likes and touches his hand and then sits on top of him. A crowd of squirrels is watching this couple. In the morning, Maud arrives in town. After noticing Claire, she goes to the library where she meets Charles, who admires the beauty of the woman. They say that this is the second time this week. Angel is in their town, Maud, and another young girl who has recently settled here. Charlie advises Moto to look into the temple. There are guest rooms where you can stay for a while. After meeting with the pastor, Moto tells about his stepdaughter, who disappeared a few days ago. Perhaps he could settle in there, having learned the name of the town. The pastor informs that he knows this girl and asks not to tell anyone anything, otherwise Claire will run away again. According to the woman, the girl is angry at her because she died. After her father's death, Claire didn't pay enough attention to her. The peer offers to mediate and arrange a truce between the girl and her stepmother. In the morning, Kleiman joins Claire on a jog. The guy is pretty to the girl, and anyway, it feels like there are no men in this town that she doesn't like. Kleiman is very shy, but still the guy tries to hug the girl but falls to the ground. Rising, Kleiman rushes to run. Claire goes to the temple where he tells the pastor about his affair with several men. According to Per, these are all local mountains that excite the blood. The pastor informs that there is a man in the temple who longs for reconciliation and takes the girl to the moth. Seeing Claire's stepmother, he rushes into her arms. According to Maud, she managed to find the girl thanks to the fact that Claire called her, but the connection was suddenly cut off. The Bows managed to find out where the call came from by telling the Bows the details of that date. Claire expresses the desire to stay in this city, where many new friends have made friends, is not against it. She will also stay here for a few days. She will try to persuade Claire to return home. The girl needs to go to work and Maud offers to take her to, but on the way, Maud suddenly stops at the edge of a cliff under the guise of what brought Shima down. The stepmother asks Claire is about to throw the girl off a cliff to see what's wrong with the wheel, but at that moment the pastor rides up to them on a motorcycle, having learned that everything is in order. It's time to move on, as the plan was thwarted due to Moto takes Claire to the town to see an unnecessary witness, offering to meet her on the next weekend without suspecting anything. Claire agrees. Charles addresses the girl at the diner. According to him, his son Kleiman has closed himself off from him in every possible way, snaps and does not want to talk to him. So Charles asks Claire to come in and talk to the guy so that he stops behaving like that towards him. He will definitely listen to his father because he really likes the girl. After work, Claire visits Kleiman and tells the guy that she loves him, after which she kisses him, meaning that the girl says to Charles that everything is fine. Sunday is coming. Claire and her stepmother go on a picnic. Mo hands the girl an apple stuffed with poison. Just as Claire is about to take a bite, Kleiman does not appear in the fields. The girl invites the guy to join them and hands him an apple. Maud grabs the fruit, saying that she does not know this guy at all. Kleiman apologizes and leaves, and Claire puts the apple down and goes after the guy with whom she later consorts in the woods in the rain. At nightfall, Maud arrives in a town where dancing is going on. Watching Claire, who dances with one or the other, another stepmother orders 2 glasses of wine, into one of which she adds the drug again, but even then a setback awaits her. Kleiman stands in her way, who accidentally knocks one of the glasses out of the hands of the girl's fashion. Kleiman says that he did it on purpose. The stepmother Claire didn't give this plan a cold look, so Maud brings the stepdaughter a drink and then begins pulling her to make Claire feel bad, after which putting a girl in a car under the guise of taking her home. While driving along a winding mountain road, Maud admits that she was in love only once in her life, but she stole that love from her to Claire, then opens the doors and pushes the girl out of the car, stopping and walking to the edge of the cliff. After making sure that her stepdaughter's carcass does not move, the stepmother leaves and goes to the temple to light a candle, but accidentally sets herself on fire. Claire manages to survive and lies in a hospital bed with 7 men who love her, each in turn. He comes up to the girl and kisses her, after which Claire comes to her senses and the film ends.